But the question that came in was, if you are on keto diet, but have cancer and need to restrict protein, or maybe just better to just, for anyone looking to restrict protein, is the Proteinxym a good source of protein? You guys want to speak to that, or the variety of sources?
I can jump into that because I used to actually run a ketogenic clinic at one point.
And don't mind me here.
There you go. No water needed. Just chew it down. So fibrous and delicious.
I couldn't help myself.
I think it's important to delineate between a medically supervised ketogenic diet for something like epilepsy, a modified ketogenic diet, which is typically what someone does with cancer, and then a normal diet. So if you're doing a highly monitored, targeted ketogenic diet for epilepsy, then protein is about 10% of your daily intake. And the reason that happens is anything more than that, the level of ketones in the body become too low, and then the patient relapses into a series of seizures. From a cancer perspective, generally speaking, you're wanting to have 50 net grams of carbohydrates a day, and the rest of the nutrient balance is protein is typically around 20-25%, and fat makes up the rest. So what you're trying to do is restrict carbohydrates to the point where your liver takes fats, generates ketones, puts ketones into the blood so your brain has a source of energy. So in the context of cancer, depending on what the treatment is, you also don't want to go too low on protein, because protein is your structural tissue. I should say protein is going to help maintain your structural tissue when you're dropping carbohydrates down, because the ketogenic diet is a very catabolic diet. It promotes shrinking and loss. So Proteinxym can be a good choice, because all you have to do when it comes to keto is more so worry about carbs. So if you look at the total carbohydrates in Proteinxym, and then you take the fiber and you minus the amount of fiber from the original amount of carbohydrates, it gives you the net grams of carbohydrates. So Jeff, what's in the back of the Proteinxym nutritional panel? What is the total carb and what is the fiber?
Sure. The total carbohydrate is 7 grams total, 3 grams from dietary fiber, and then you get the 1 gram, and that's not added sugar, but again, that's coming along with, like, it's in with the sun fiber. 14 grams of protein.
So per scoop, yes?
Per serving, yep. Per one's 26 gram scoop, yep.
So per serving, you're getting 4 grams of net carbohydrates, which is totally within the ballpark of something that would be approved in a ketogenic diet, because if you're only having a scoop or 2 a day, you're having 4 to 8 grams of net carbohydrates. So if you do your due diligence to make sure that you're not eating excessive amounts of sugars and starches at your other meals, you're still well within your 50 grams of net carbs a day that allows you to maintain some degree of ketogenic state. Understand that it takes some time to get into nutritional ketosis. Your body has to remove enough carbohydrates from the body, i.e. muscle and liver glycogen, so there's not much left to put in your bloodstream. But the body also has to be in a fairly relaxed state. So people can be eating a ketogenic diet, but because of using too much cortisol and adrenaline and stress hormone, that prevents you from actually making enough ketones. And your body then starts converting protein into glucose. So it actually becomes detrimental to your longevity and your tissue well-being, because you start to burn muscle mass and induce what's called sarcopenia. So yes, Proteinxym, the original question, is something that I would include in a ketogenic state if someone wanted a protein supplement. And I would say, as long as you're not having 10 scoops of Proteinxym a day, you're probably okay, which is likely not the case. But I would also not encourage someone to go so low on protein that they're going to start to waste away physically, because protein in and of itself isn't something that is negatively correlated with the development of cancer, in my opinion. I'll cite that at the end.
I guess remember, Proteinxym is plant-based.
It's all I was going to say the proprietary organic protein blend is organic pea, pumpkin, brown rice, and hemp proteins. So pea, pumpkin, brown rice, and hemp proteins.
And you get a complete amino acid profile from that, which is wonderful. It gives you all of your essential amino acids in an easy to digest way.